So on a device such as a kettle, obviously if there was a fault, it could be very, very dangerous. The mains electricity could pass through this person here and cause them to have a fatal shock, stop their heart from working. So what we do is we connect an earth wire to the metal case of the kettle. And the purpose of the earth wire is to allow a very large current to flow very, very quickly and allow the fuse, which is here, to melt. So I'll show you it operating when it's not operating correctly. So we switch this on. We're going to create a fault. So this is the live wire accidentally touching the metal case of the kettle, and you can see that the person is receiving an electric shock. And one of the problems with an electric shock is that your hands will tend to clamp on and don't release whatever you're touching. So this person is touching the electric kettle. They only need a few milliseconds of electric current to stop their heart, and as you can see at the moment, nothing is stopping them from being electrocuted. This fuse here is too big to melt. So we've inserted the wrong size fuse here, and this is allowing a large enough current to flow through the person to kill them, but it's not a large enough current there to melt the fuse. So we've now replaced the fuse with a fuse that will melt at a much smaller current. So the first fuse we had would only melt at 10 amps. It needed 10 amps of current to flow through it to create enough heat to melt it. It now requires 0.1 of an amp, so very, very small current, and then hopefully the fuse will melt very, very quickly. So let's switch on. The kettle is working fine. The fuse, the current through the kettle isn't enough to melt the fuse, so the kettle will operate fine. But if there is a fault, if I touch the metal handle with the live wire, there will be a short shock to the person, but the fuse hopefully will very quickly melt and cause the circuit to break. So the fuse is melted there very, very quickly. There was a flash of light, and although the lights on his eyes came on very, very briefly, it went off very, very quickly because the fuse melted. The problem with a fuse is it doesn't melt fast enough to save someone from a fatal electric shock. So really a fuse is designed to stop electric fires, and most fatalities due to electricity happen from fires rather than from electrocution.